makeup geeks, I have a video for you guys with my everyday makeup because a lot of you know with my videos I usually just do eyes and lips. I don't show you start to finish. So I will say up front, this is not a 5-minute video because I do take several steps to get to this point, even though it looks very simple and very clean. I spend a lot of time getting my face looking flawless, but it does take a few steps and a few different products. So if you're looking for a 5-minute video, this isn't it. If you want 5-minute video, just do lip gloss, concealer, mascara, wham bam, thank you ma'am, out the door. So let's get started on this everyday makeup. Okay, so to start my everyday makeup, obviously I have nothing on. My eye bags is the one thing I'm going to tackle first because they are out of control. I told you guys, I was like, I'm not messing around with the eye bags. I have them very badly. So what I do is take an orange concealer, and the one I'm using now is the Korres one. And I like the Eve Pearl, I like the Bobbi Brown. Any sort of gelish kind of concealer works best under the eyes because it doesn't cake up and get too heavy. So what I do is I just take a ring finger and just swipe it on there. Now, obviously this looks really orange, but I swear once you put the foundation on to blend it in, it really hides the dark circles. You need that orange color to counteract the blueness of the eye circles. Okay, so let me pin back my hair for the second step. I'm gonna look really sexy right now with orange circles under the eyes, my hair pinned back, no makeup on pretty much, woo woo. Okay, for my foundation, you guys know I always custom mix. So one key to getting great looking skin with your foundation is to custom mix it to get the perfect color and consistency. The one I'm using is the Estee Lauder Double Wear as well as the Cover FX. Estee Lauder one is very matte finish, very full coverage, which is great for photo shoots, but everyday wear it can start to look very thick, but it's amazing foundation. I've been wearing this for years and I love it. So to counteract how matte this is, I use the Cover FX because it has a little bit of a dewy finish to it. Comes in lots of colors, plus it's great for sensitive skin because it doesn't have a bunch of junk in there. It's very sensitive skin friendly, which I need. Okay, so what I do is I just take one of the first foundations and I just put, you know, a fair amount on. I put a lot of foundation on, I'm not going to lie. And then I put the Cover FX one next and just kind of dot it on here. And then to blend it out, I take my beauty blender and I wet it so where it puffs up, and then I squeeze out the excess water so it's just nice and pliable. And then I just start patting it on to create almost an airbrush finish. Okay, so once I get the face makeup on, as it does kind of make me look very flat looking, which we'll go into later. For the neck, you always want to apply foundation down the neck a little bit, but here's the trick. For my face, I like to go one shade lighter or the same color as my skin because once you start contouring, adding bronzer, blush, all that stuff, it adds a lot of color to your face and it can make you look darker than your neck and chest. So I like to go a little bit lighter with the face, a little bit darker with the neck. So for the face, I used N20. For the neck, I'm going to use N30, and I'm just using the Cover FX. So what I do is I put a couple streaks of this down the neck, just like that. And then what I do is I take the beauty blender, apply most of it at the top of the neck, and then feather it on its way down to where it just kind of blends in and you don't get that harsh line of face foundation and neck. So you always, always, always want to come down your neck just a little bit. Okay, now it's time for the powder, and the one I absolutely love is the Maybelline Dream Matte one. Now the trick to this is to take a very flat sponge, I'm using the NYX ones, to apply your powder. When people get that cakey face, the reason they do that is because they put too much powder on. So if you use a flat sponge and only apply it on the places where you tend to get oily, so for me it's forehead, nose, and then I put a little bit under the eyes just to kind of set my concealer because I have a lot of concealer on there to hide my eye bags. So what I do is just gently press it on and use the least amount of powder that you can. Okay, do you guys see already, even though I look really flat and washed out right now, do you see how even my skin looks? And if you see me in person outside of on camera, it's actually very flawless looking. The coverage of the Estee Lauder with the Maybelline Matte is amazing. Okay, now what we're going to do, let me grab my brush here. Just grab some sort of like dome-shaped contour or blush brush. I like to contour with a powder that's a couple shades darker than my skin. The one I'm using right now is the Dior Skin Nude Tan. And what you're going to do is take your kind of rounded brush, and I'm just going to apply this under the cheekbones to contour and add just a little bit of dimension to my face, so that way I'm not all one color. So apply it just under here, and I also come up alongside of the temples and on the very top of my forehead just to add a little, like I said, a little dimension. Then from here you can add just a little bit of blush if you would like. It's kind of an optional step. You want to add just a little bit of blush. Be careful with it. The one I'm actually going to use is a Makeup Geek sample one. They're going to be ready for sale in a couple months. It's a nice peachy color. I've been testing. I've been testing them out because I want to make sure the formula is perfect. I've been working on these honestly for almost a year now. So I will let you guys know when they're ready for sale. But another peach one that I really like, hold on, let me see if I can find it. It's the Benefit Coralista one, the NARS Orgasm. Any sort of soft peach blush is the one that I like to wear because I'm very fair skin. If you have medium to darker skin, go for a little bit like warm pinks or more corally colors. So what I'm going to do, take that same brush and just smile, apply it just slightly to the apples of the cheeks, just for a little glow. Then it's time for your highlighter. I know when you guys are done with this video, you're like, wow, that's a lot of steps. This is just for like work days. My foundation or my routine from start to finish takes me about 15 minutes. I'm actually really fast at this because I do it all the time. And it won't take as long when you guys are doing it because I'm sitting here explaining each step. So the highlighter I'm going to use is the Hourglass one in Luminous Light. Really pretty. Take a cheek highlighter brush and just pat this right here on top of the cheekbones to add a nice kind of dewy, shimmery finish to the skin. All right, now it's time for the brows. The pencil I use is by Rimmel. It's really inexpensive. I've been using this for a long time too. I use the color, what is this, dark brown? Black brown, yes, because I have very dark brows. So the trick to brows for me, you want to focus a lot of the color on the arch right here and the tail. And then as it comes in towards the inner part of your eye, you want it to be a little bit lighter and not quite as filled in, so that way it doesn't have this heavy overhang over your eyes, if that makes sense. So what I do is I start here on the arch, right up here, and I kind of just do short strokes to get it going. And I kind of form my little, V for the arch right there. And then I do a little bit under the brows, so I'll do kind of a straight line here because you want it to be very crisp underneath. So I'll just shape that in. And you want it to be thinner on the outer tail, like that, and a little bit thicker in here. Then once I have them penciled in to kind of soften them, just because you see how really dark they are, I take a spoolie and I just kind of brush through them to soften them up a little bit. And then because my eyebrows are so dark and I didn't have time to bleach them a little bit in here, I take the end of that spoolie brush, a little angled brush, and an eyeshadow. I usually use Makeup Geek's Latte. And what I do is I just kind of brush it in here to try to lighten up my hairs a little bit, just in the inner half of the brow. Now for the eyes, I keep it really easy. I just put down a paint pot. I use the MAC one in Painterly. Take a ring finger and I just put it on my lid and blend it slightly above the crease. And I like using this because it almost works as a concealer and primer in one. Now for the lid, I keep it really easy and I just apply a pigment. My favorite one is the Makeup Geek New Year's Eve pigment. It's kind of a light shimmery color. I just do this to add a little pop to my lids without it being too much. Take a flat stiff brush and I just simply pat this on the lid, staying under the crease. Then I just apply my mascara a good couple coats. Then for my lips, I just do a lip gloss, and the one I really like right now is the Urban Decay Naked one in the color Streak. It's a nice kind of warm corally color for spring and summer. So just apply a layer of that, and then I just throw this in my purse. So throughout the day, after I eat lunch at work, I just apply another layer on, really easy. And I like that it gives my lips kind of that plump look. But if you're not a lipstick or a lip gloss girl, you can do lipstick as well. But I like lip gloss. And that is pretty much it for my everyday kind of work look. So it looks like, you know, you could tell I have makeup on, but I didn't really do much with the eyeshadow. I keep it easy with the lips. Most of my time is spent on trying to get my skin as smooth as possible and filling in my cray cray brows. What is that right there? So that's usually what I spend my time on, then just do a slight shimmer on the lids. So hopefully that helps you guys in your everyday work looks, some ideas of what to do with that. And then for the lids, you can always switch it out for different pigments if you want just a little bit of color. You could do wing liner if you have time, but I don't usually have time, so I skip that step. But anyways, have fun with your makeup, you guys. Stay happy and healthy like always, and I will talk to you soon. Bye. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, you guys, Makeup Geek TV, and also check out my other videos, the 1-minute winged eyeliner, as well as the how to fill in your eyebrows.